how to define a custom post status and use it to regulate post visibility. In our sample library site, the administrators have decided to include some special content and promotions for elementary and middle school students. To standardize this across several post types, they'll be defining a custom post status called Student. Find the Permissions menu item and click on Post Statuses. By the way, this functionality requires the Press Permit Core plugin and also the PP Custom Post Statuses extension plugin, which is part of the Press Permit Pro package. These are the privacy statuses which become available when you activate the PP Custom Post Statuses plugin. Let's add a new status for students. In this example, the custom post status will be available for pages, clubs, and programs. We don't need a premium status on this site. And to clarify the meaning of member, we're going to disable this default member status and instead create a library member status. Now let's create a new post that uses the student privacy status. Post visibility is selected here in the Publish meta box. There's our new student post status. It's important to realize that selecting a custom privacy status imposes additional capability requirements to read the post. In other words, it reduces the number of people who can access this post. Even if you have a WordPress role or custom defined group with the same name or a similar name, that does not automatically enable those users to read the post. We'll have to make a supplemental role assignment, and we'll do that in just a minute. Let's go back to the Permissions menu. Select Groups. We already have an elementary students group defined, so let's edit that group. We need to give them some supplemental roles. What they need is read access for pages with a visibility of student. Let's also add equivalent roles for the program post type and the club post type. Don't forget to click the Save button. Let's make the same role assignments for the middle school students group. Page subscriber for the student visibility. Program subscriber also for the student visibility. And club subscriber for student. So now we've given elementary and middle school students the ability to read content with this custom post status. We also need to give the appropriate users the ability to create or edit content with that status. Normally, our editors would also need another supplemental role to assign the student privacy status or to edit posts with that status. In this case, because of the number of groups and post types involved, I'm going to eliminate that requirement by changing a press permit setting. Go to the Advanced tab. You'll need to have advanced settings enabled to do this. And in the Custom Statuses section, uncheck this option. Custom privacy statuses require status-specific editing capabilities. By turning that off, our supplemental editor roles, like Club Editor, will be sufficient to assign this post status. In this case, the non-administrators I'm referring to are members of the Chess Club Leadership Group. They have a supplemental role of Club Editor, and also some exceptions which limit that editing access to only the Chess Club page or its subpages. Another exception limits page parent selection to Chess Club or its subpages. Because of that PP settings change we just made, these roles and exceptions are sufficient to create or edit club pages with the student privacy status. Otherwise, it would have been necessary to assign another supplemental role for this status. But in this case, we don't need to do that. Let's log in as the chess club leader and try out these roles. So our chess leadership group member is able to create new pages with the student visibility. Remember, this visibility selection imposes additional capability requirements for viewing the post. Our students will be able to read these posts because they are members of groups which have a supplemental role assignment of club subscriber for the visibility of student. Elementary students, middle school students. For all other non-administrators, club pages with a visibility status of student will be unreadable.